hard. Oh, too soft. Just right. Welcome to Summer Reading 2020. This is Imagine Your Story, but this year it's Imagine Your Virtual Story. Welcome to the Giddings Public Library. This is either our website or our YouTube page. I don't know where you are, but either way, we're here together, and I'm so happy to be sharing summer reading with you this summer. You should have received your welcome packet in your email yesterday with all the information about tracking your reading and winning those prizes. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for story time. Are you ready to read a story? This week's theme is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This version of the classic fairy tale is retold and illustrated by James Marshall and published by Dial Books for Young Readers. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once there was a little girl called Goldilocks. What a sweet child, said someone new in town. That's what you think, said a neighbor. One morning, Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village. You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest, she said. I've heard that bears live there. I promise, said Goldilocks. But to tell the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls who do exactly as they please. Meanwhile, in a clearing deeper inside the forest, in a charming house all their own, a family of brown bears was sitting down to breakfast. "Patooey!" cried big old Papa Bear. "This porridge is scalding! I've burned my tongue!" "I'm dying!" cried Baby Bear. "Now really," said Mama Bear, who was of medium size. "That's quite enough."
"I know," said Papa Bear. "Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling?"
"Excellent," said Mama Bear. So they got on their rusty old bicycle and off they went. A few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. On the dining room table were 3 inviting bowls of porridge. "Don't mind if I do," said Goldilocks, helping herself to the biggest bowl. But the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot. "Oh, patooey!" cried Goldilocks, and she spat it out. Next, she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. Oh, but that porridge was much too cold. Then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the little bowl, and it was just right. Neither too hot nor too cold. In fact, she liked it so much that she gobbled it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great fun to have a look around. Right away, she noticed a lot of coarse brown fur everywhere. They must have kitties, she said. In the parlor, there were 3 chairs. "Don't mind if I do," she said, climbing into the biggest one. But the biggest chair was much too hard, and she just couldn't get comfortable. Next, she sat in the medium-sized chair. But that chair was much too soft, and she thought she might never get out of it. Then Goldilocks sat in the little chair. And that was just right. Neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair completely fell apart. Oh, now all that rocking left Goldilocks quite tuckered out. "I could take a little snooze," she said. So she went to look for a comfy place to nap. Upstairs were 3 beds. "Don't mind if I do," said Goldilocks, and she got into the biggest one. But the head of the biggest bed was much too high. Next, she tried the medium-sized bed, but the head of that bed was much too low. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed, and it was just right. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. she did not hear the bears come home. The three bears were mighty hungry, but when they went in for breakfast, they could scarcely believe their eyes. "Somebody has been in my porridge," said Papa Bear. "Somebody has been in my porridge," said Mama Bear. "Somebody has been in my porridge," said Baby Bear, "and they've eaten it all up." In the parlor, the three bears were in for another little surprise. "Somebody's been sitting in my chair," said Papa Bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said Mama Bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said Baby Bear, "and broken it to smithereens." The three bears went upstairs on tiptoe, not knowing what they would discover. At first, everything seemed fine, but then Papa Bear lay down on his big brass bed. "Somebody's been laying in my bed," he cried, and he was not amused. "Egads," cried Mama Bear, "somebody's been lying in my bed." "Look," cried Baby Bear, "somebody's been lying in my bed, and she's still there." "Now see here," roared Papa Bear. Goldilocks woke up with a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head. But before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed, out the window, and on her way home. "Who was that little girl?" asked Baby Bear. "I have no idea," said Mama Bear, "but I do hope we never see her again." And they never did. Who's been eating my porridge? Today we're going to make oatmeal Play-Doh to go with the porridge in the Three Bears story. First, you'll need some oatmeal. Now, I have a packet of instant oatmeal here, but any dry oatmeal will do. I'm just gonna pour this whole packet in here. If you're measuring, you wanna have twice as much oatmeal as your other ingredients. So if you're using 1 cup of oatmeal, you wanna have only a half a cup of flour and just enough water to make everything stick together. So I have my oatmeal packet in here. Now I'm gonna measure in the flour. Yikes. I wanna have half as much flour as I do oatmeal. So I'm gonna add just a little more. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of water at a time. Good. Now I'm just gonna knead it together with my hands until it makes a dough. Ta-da! You should have a slightly sticky, moldable dough just like Play-Doh. Keep it in the fridge when you're not playing with it, and it should last about a week. You'll find the original instructions to this project on our website. Just follow the link above and you'll find a whole list of links that go with today's story. Thank you so much for reading with me today. I've had so much fun at our first week of summer reading. Don't forget to read all week long and log your reading hours on the online reading log. I can't wait to see you meet all your goals.
Hey, what are you doing in my spot?
Gotta go!